thank you so much. What an honor to be a part of this launch and to be a part of this coalition. And this is the coalition. This is like, yes, right? And actually, I felt like I almost didn't need to speak after hearing the previous speakers, because I think we're hearing the same drumbeat, which is we're all here because we care. We care about the future of this country. And I want to thank everyone for being here, but I especially want to thank Ambassador Tai. We're all fans of Catherine Tai, and for bringing us all together, especially in this space. Look, it's Black History Month for a few more days, and as we're mourning Reverend Jesse Jackson's passing, and thinking of our heroes like Dr. King, and as we see this current administration trying to ignore his words, to suppress his legacy, it's important to remember that Reverend Jackson and Dr. King were radical champions for working people. And it is inspiring to see their leadership continue through the next generation of leaders like folks here tonight, and of course Ambassador Tai. So I am absolutely honored to be here. And the 15 million working people of the AFL-CIO, 15 million workers across 64 unions, every industry of this economy, have really lived and breathed the effects of trade policy since our inception. And for the past several decades, we were told that trade deals would lift all of us up, lift all boats, right? Democrats, Republicans, that was what we heard. And what we saw instead in these deals is that they were used as weapons against workers, whether it was offshoring itself or just the threat of offshoring. And we ended up worse. We ended up with broken supply chains and hollowed out communities and the disillusionment that we see all over this country. And workers, we're not afraid of competition and technology, but what we want is fair competition. And that technology be used to make our lives better, our jobs better at what we do, and not turn billionaires into trillionaires. Is that too much to ask? We need trade policy that reflects our values. For companies to compete by investing in workers and treating us as assets instead of cost centers on a spreadsheet. And when our economy, when our society sees workers as just another commodity, it strips us of our dignity. And that has real consequences. When workers lose economic security, they lose faith. They lose faith in democracy itself. And Ambassador Tai gets it. And during her time in office, she brought labor to the table, not just to tick a box, but to be an active partner. And that had never been done before. And so when I say she kept working people at the center, and we keep hearing about worker-centered trade, I remember when she first started and that phrase was thrown out there, no one knew what it meant, right? It was so new, and what a concept. So what do I mean by that? She fought the establishment to push for an end to flawed trade deals. She fought the establishment to actually negotiate digital trade deals that include workers, not ignore workers. Right? And she enforced deals that were already on the books. What a concept. She was a true champion of solidarity, and she walked the walk when it could have been easier to just walk away. And I'll tell you, it mattered. It mattered to auto workers. It mattered to steel workers. It mattered to building trades and nurses and teachers and to families across this country who wanted an economy that rewarded their work. So I just want to say I wanted to be here tonight to just thank Ambassador Tai for all she's done. Our unions at the AFL-CIO are so proud to be here as part of this coalition. And we are going to be there every step of the way as we move forward together. So thank you so much.